May 29 inauguration. Simon EKPA backs Iwanyanwu's call for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Yo, my wonderful people, greetings to you all, and I welcome you all to this broadcast. This one is a midday broadcast, so according to my time here, I don't know where you are, I don't know what the time says, but whatever it says, my greetings to you all. Welcome you once again to this Ubunga channel, where we speak to you the undiluted truth about the things of life. I don't want to take much of your time. Please let us get the other headlines and let us hit the ball running as we proceed. Igbos are determined to exit Nigeria. Simon EKPA petitions UN claims expiration of 1994 amalgamation. This one is a very strong word, though. We will come back to it to analyze and let the people know what Simon EKPA is trying to clear on the side of the UN, US, and other allies who wish to listen or who wish not to listen. Why Buhari can't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before May 29? Arewa community replies Ohaneze Ndigbo. We may ban Tinubu's head, Bayo Ononuga from Lagos. Bode George begs Igbos. And I don't hear this one is coming from this veteran and elder statesman and once chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Bode George, saying that soon that they will ban Mike Bayo Ononuga of the APC because he is not a Lagosian and he is causing problem for the peoples living in Lagos State. So that is the matter we will carry on for you this early morning. Simon EKPA, a popular BIAFRAN agitator and a separatist, he petitioned the United Nations, the United States of America, the European Union, and the International Criminal Court on the expiration of 1914's Nigeria's amalgamation, which brought the South, the West, the North, and also the East together. That amalgamation have expired since long ago. So speaking in a 7-page petition made available to Daily Post on Friday, Simon EKPA, the self-styled Prime Minister of Biafran government or Biafra Republic government in exile, detailed reasons Nigeria has to be renegotiated if the case arises. Accordingly, the finance lawyer EKPA called on the international community to allow the Southeast region to exit Nigeria peacefully since the union has expired. He lamented the continual political exclusion, economic neglect, and other injustices being experienced by the Igbos in Nigeria. We wish to inform you that the Frederick Lord Lugard amalgamation of the Southern and Northern Protectorate into one Nigeria, which took place in 1914 to last 100 good years, has expired. The amalgamation agreement having expired, we, the indigenous people of Biafra, Republic government in exile, wish to peacefully and bloodlessly exit from the contraction called Nigeria to restore our independent sovereign state of Biafra because of the gross injustice, human rights abuses, tribal supremacy, fanaticism, and ethnocentrism and class bigotry that have bedeviled Nigeria as a nation. The indigenous people of Biafra are determined to exit Nigeria, the petition partly reads. Please hold on to your faith because we are going to give you what you have never heard before concerning this contraption called Nigeria. In 1914, Southern Nigeria was joined with the Northern Nigeria Protectorate to form the single colony of the country called Nigeria. And as it is today, it is no more welcomed. The whole country is what? Is in disarray. In other words, the country have turned to something else, which means that this country is due to be separated so that the East can go on their own, the West as well, and also the North, and also the South. This country can never be one. Over 200 million people. All these Singaporean, them, Hong Kong, them, and all these people who get their independence from Chinese, how many population are there? And they are still making wonders. So I can see the reason why the international community, the Western allies, US, UN, and the Human Rights Working Committee under UN is stating that Nigeria a three country can be merged to be one country. It can never happen. And peace, or peace have long gone from this country, if you allow me to say. May 29 inauguration, EKPA backs Iwanyanwu's call for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. A popular Biafra agitator and separatist, Mazi Simon EKPA, has backed the call for the immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, before 29th May 2023 handed over. Simon EKPA's reaction is coming on the heels of the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, calling on the President Muhammadu Buhari to release Kanu as his parting gift to Igbos worldwide. The Finland-based lawyer and self-styled Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile urged that the leadership of Ohanaeze Ndigbo would be consistent in pushing for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. According to the news, we commend the Iwanyanwu for calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we urge and hope that this leadership will be consistent and aggressive in pursuing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Iwanyanwu should remember that he has been in our good books since 2022, he wrote. Nnamdi Kanu was reelected in 2021 by the federal government and have been detained since then, despite court orders seeking for the release of the young man. Buhari will hand over power to President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the May 29, 2023, and that is what they are waiting. We here in the Biafra region, we are not waiting anything. The only thing that we are waiting and that can make us happy is what is for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as soon as possible. This one is coming from Arewa to Consultative Forum, or what do they call them? They are here to state why Buhari cannot release Nnamdi Kanu. Arewa community in southern Nigeria have forwarded a call for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Musa Saidu, the leader of the community, made a remark in response to the call by the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu. Iwanyanwu has urged Buhari to release Kanu before May 29. However, Saidu said Iwanyanwu's call was wrong. Now, the Arewa Consultative Forum, the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, they are now the ones to determine what happens in Nigeria. Well, let us keep going. In a state, he said, he wondered if the killings in the southeast will stop if Kanu is released. Well, the answer is yes, it will. In a statement he signed, Saidu said, where were they when Kanu was leading IPOB militants to kill innocent people in the southeast? So suddenly, the North now cares about the southeast killings. Please, first of all, care about the millions of people or thousands of people being killed in the south, northeast, northwest, and north central on daily basis, not weekly, on daily basis. In a statement he signed, Saidu said, where were they when Kanu was leading IPOB militants to kill innocent people in the southeast? Not only in the southeast, so many members of the Arewa community were attacked in Port Harcourt, and nobody said anything. We have the figures. We have even the photos of those killed in cold blood. We will show you the ones that Yakubu Gowon murdered over 3.5 million Biafrans during the Cold War orchestrated by the Northerners. Now they are clamoring for his release. What guarantees are they giving that the killings will not continue if he is released? Kanu has been detained by the Department of State Service (DSS) since he was extraordinary rendition from Kenya. The IPOB leader was brought back to continue his trial before the Nigerian court over his agitation for the state of Biafra. Despite being discharged and acquitted by the Court of Competent Jurisdiction, Court of Appeal in Abuja and High Court in Abia State, the federal government has refused to release Kanu on the basis that they have filed stay of execution on the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu simply because he happens to be Igbo. But as it may, this May 11th will be the final day that the federal government will ever try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in any court in Nigeria. We may ban Tinubu's head, Bayo Ononuga from Lagos, but the judge begs Igbos living in Lagos. The former Deputy National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Olabode, George has threatened to ban President-elect or President-select Bola Ahmed Tinubu's media head, Bayo Ononuga, from Lagos State. Recall that Ononuga had in a post after the last governorship election asked Igbos never to get involved in Lagos State politics. Reacting on Tuesday, George accused the former news agency of Nigeria, BOS, of fanning embers of war over his anti-Igbo comments. While condemning the ethnic profiling against Igbo people, the PDP chieftain disclosed that Lagos elders, irrespective of political affiliations, will meet to restore Lagos. George said, "I see the misinformation grew because the Nigerian government stopped teaching history, which was a fundamental mistake on the part of our country. If you don't learn about your past, you will repeat the same mistake going forward." And until now, Bayo Ononuga has not apologized for the comment, and I expect Prof. Wole Soyinka to tell him to apologize rather than be abusing Dati Baba Ahmed. That was misnormal, senseless, and insane to make that kind of comment in a country where we are still trying to build the nation to be one. And that is the simple truth. I always like listening to this elder statesman, Olabode George, Chief Olabode George. He's a man with a lot of wisdoms. How can you tell them that they can't come here? Is that the culture of Lagos? Lagos is the commercial nerve center not only for Nigeria but for the whole of West Africa. I believe that there is a new move in Lagos and the elders of the real Lagosians are going to meet, because you don't come here to come and define our culture, the culture that has existed for many years or decades. I want to apologize publicly for the statement by Bayo Ononuga. So I want to apologize as a true born and genuine Lagosians that this is not our style and attitude. We must stop it. If Bayo Ononuga is not careful, we will also ban him from Lagos. He can't talk on behalf of Lagosians. What authority does he have to make such a comment? This one is coming from the chief, Olabode George, of the PDP. I am sure that there is a move by elders too to get the real Lagosians, respective of political leaning, to come together. Let us save the culture that was handed over to us by our forefathers. Nobody can start to manipulate or rewrite the history of our state. This one is coming from the elder statesman and the former deputy national chairman of PDP. Now so it will take BO, my people. Make una do what? Make una dey listen to other news we have for us this very moment. Father of 7 stabbed to death in Lagos State. Lagos is center of excellence. In other words, everything is welcome, that everything is happening. A 53-year-old man identified as Olalekan Okeowo has been stabbed to death in an uncompleted building in Salvation Estate in the Owede community, Aja area of Lagos State. Nigeria News learned that the incident occurred around 1 a.m. on Sunday when a yet to be identified assailant made his way into the building while the victim was sleeping. Uncompleted building. My goodness, father of 7 sleeping in an uncompleted building. This is horrific. This is unacceptable. The deceased, who engaged in many jobs, left behind 7 children, including a 7-month-old set of twins. What a tragedy. Narrating the tragic incident to Punch, his wife, Titilayo, said her husband returned home on Saturday night, had his meal, and went to bed. However, at midnight, she heard her husband begging for his life and met him in a pool of his blood when the assailant has left. Titilayo said her husband was rejected at the first hospital they took him to before he was later taken to the Lagos Island General Hospital, where he died at 3 a.m. Overbleeding have killed him. She said, "We moved into the uncompleted building about 15 years ago, and we covered one of the rooms where we sleep in the night, but my husband does not sleep in the same room with us. He used to sleep in other room, which is more like a sitting room, where he placed a bed and a mosquito net. He was outside on Saturday evening and he came in around 11 p.m. When I stepped out of the room to check on him, I saw him eating. He later went to bed after his meal. We were asleep when I heard his voice saying, "Please don't kill me." That was how I quickly rushed out to the room. But when I saw my husband, he was already in a pool of blood. I quickly reached out to two young men who live close to our building to assist me. They also called someone to help us with his car. When we got there, workers on duty said there was no bed space. At that point, my husband was telling us not to allow him to die. It was later that they provided a bed and started to treat him. It was around 3 a.m. that he gave up the ghost. May his soul rest in peace. Titilayo also revealed the owner of the building had called to inform them about selling the property, and her husband was preparing to secure another apartment before the incident happened. She said, on Thursday, April 27, the agent in charge of the building sent someone to inform him about the owner's decision. He said my husband was given 2 weeks to leave. On the third day, the owner of the house called my husband and told him his intention and asked him to secure another apartment. But he told the man that he needed some money before vacating the place. Now that my husband is dead, I don't know how I'm going to take care of our 7 children. The State Police Public Relations Officer, SP, Benjamin Hundoyin, confirmed the incident, saying the corpse of the deceased have been deposited in the mortuary and the investigation is ongoing. He said he was killed in front of his house. An investigation is going at the State Criminal Investigation Department. According to the news we had here today, it is too bad, my people. May his soul rest in the perfect peace. Because this is too much. This is too much beyond what somebody can accept or endure. Another news we have here, this one have a lot to do with the President-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, or as we call them, Federal Fulani Government of Nigeria. David Hundoyin calls out Tinubu's children over property accusations worth millions of naira. Let us hear the news in details. Nigerian investigative journalist David Hundoyin has called out the children of President-elect Bola Tinubu following a recent report by Bloomberg. Nigeria report that Seyi Tinubu bought a London mansion previously owned by Kolawole Aluko, whom the Nigerian government was investigating for fraud. According to the Bloomberg, Seyi reportedly bought the mansion in 2017 for $10.88 million through his firm. The report said the property acquired by Seyi's firm was part of the biggest corruption scandals the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari was seeking to probe. The foreign news medium said the document shows that Seyi, 37, is the main shareholder of Aranda Overseas Corporation, an offshore company that paid £9 million, $10.8 million in conversion to Deutsche Bank for the property in North London in the late 2017. The private 3-floor residence in St. John's Wood, a district favored by American bankers, is equipped with an 8-car driveway, 2 gardens, electric gates, and a gym, the report said. It also said the documents did not suggest Tinubu was personally involved in the acquisition of the UK property in 2017, noting that Buhari visited him there in August of 2021. Then how managed the property that is the government of Buhari is trying to probe to recover because of the person that is involved or the owner of that property is under investigation for fraud in Nigeria. Then in 2021, Buhari visited Tinubu in that property. What does it signify? This is the power that be. They know everything that happened here, and Buhari have given up the case because his allies is the one that acquired that property. Let us not forget the fact that what Seyi Tinubu don't have a work. He's working under his father. Yes, he don't have a work. He's working under his father. So whatever property he acquired that amount to such amount, that amount such a huge sum of money must have come from the principal, that is the father. So to keep this the record straight, Tinubu get the property. There's nothing anybody can say about it. We are not kids. Reacting to this, David in a post via Twitter alleged that Tinubu's 22-year-old and 25-year-old daughters also acquired properties worth millions of dollars in New York and paid in cash like Sheikh Tinubu. Yes, if you ask them now, their spokesperson now will tell you that they have work. What are they working? What is their work? Eating Lagos money. Lagos inland generated revenue have been finished because 50% of it goes to the owner of Lagos State, which is Agbado, presidential candidate. He tweeted, an unemployed 22-year-old bought a $2.4 million penthouse in New York, paid cash. Her sister, an unemployed 25-year-old, bought a $2.2 million townhouse in New York, paid cash. The US and the UK, what did they say about this thing? That is the main question. The power that be, they will protect them. Yes, now, because when they saw the name, they asked who is their father is, and when they said the whole case becomes a mystery, becomes a story. Their brother, a semi-unemployed 36-year-old with a drug habit, bought an $11 million mansion in London and paid cash, not mortgage. Their father is a known drug kingpin with a heroin trafficking asset for future on record, who maintains close ties to achieve figures in West African cocaine smuggling. This is what some persons in Nigeria want to swear in as president of the federation. This one is coming from the Nigerian-born investigative journalist David Hunduyin from his apartment or wherever he's reporting from. But whichever way it is, we will not stop saying the truth. We will keep on lamenting because these people have already set the country on fire on a record that it is very, very difficult for that same set of people to bring Nigeria out. It's never done that way. No. Now, very soon, if they succeeded in swearing in the president-elect of the APC, be rest assured that every other thing is a mystery because Nigeria will be turned to one-man show. And that one-man show will be him, and only him and his boys and his family will rule the country. The last year, but not the least, Peter Obi Atiku versus Tinubu legal battle in tribunal set to commence soon. I think this month they still have a sitting from 12, 13, 14 or from 11, 12, 13 and 14 to decide who truly won the election if they will carry the matter the way it ought to be. The Presidential Election Petition Tribunal has fixed Monday for the hearing of the petitions challenging the declaration of the All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president-elect by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In other words, there is nothing independent about this INEC. So let us proceed. The National Legal Advisor of the APC, Ahmed El Mazik, confirmed that the legal battle by candidates disputing the outcome of the 2023 presidential poll would commence from the May 8th. Okay, well, very soon. Monday, okay, this coming Monday. Wow, it is near. According to El Mazik, the APC legal team was briefed and ready to defend the party's mandate. He said, "We have been briefed about the hearing coming up next week. But who told you the election petitions at the tribunal must necessarily be concluded before May 29? Who told us?" Well, our heart told us. If you don't know it. Are you saying if they were not concluded before President Buhari leaves office, the government should be left in a vacuum and the president's select should not be sworn in? It is not a must. He stated in a response to a question about the time it would take for the petition to be decided, speaking on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to release the information. A top official of the Election Petition Tribunal said the present Election Tribunal has fixed Monday, May 8th, out for the hearing of the petitions challenging the victory of the President-elect, Bola Tinubu. Also speaking, a member of Tinubu's legal team, Tayo Oyetibo-san, said the hearing had been scheduled to commence next week. He said yes, the hearing is on Monday, but is for pre-hearing session. The hearing is to clarify if there are any applications before the main hearing will start. The timetable will be set for the hearing of the substantive matters, according to the news we got here. So my wonderful people, the people who knows what I'm doing and people who is very what they call it, aggressive with their future and who want to know everything that is happening and what has happened and what still happen, keep on following this page or this channel, because every news you have or hear from here is authentic. It's truth and nothing but the truth. So my wonderful people, make gonna do what? Make gonna hear this one, share it, comment and also like, because now here me I go take a sign out. In anything you are doing, remember that this country have expired since 2014. So everything that we are doing now is just medicine after death. The amalgamation of the 1914 expired after 2014. So my wonderful people, have a nice day, and may the Almighty, the greater God, bless us all, guide us, protect us, and do what? And set our foot right in this new month that we have ventured in. And it shall be well with all of us in this month of May. Whatever we couldn't achieve in the last month, in this month, we must surely achieve all. And add Jara on top, because that's all the thing take be. We are going to reclaim whatever glory we have lost in the past years. And that's all it take be. So my wonderful people, make on enjoy on a day. As me self, I want to go enjoy my own self. Make on take this one, take the step down, everything, whatever you have in this midweek. I'll be right back again with another blockbuster of story. Have a nice day, my people. Bye for now. Kemesiano.